In February 2023, Elon Musk posted a tweet that the entire tech world laughed at. He called OpenAI a closed-source, maximum profit company, effectively controlled by Microsoft. Tech journalists called him bitter. Podcasters said he was jealous. Everyone said Musk was angry he got left behind, and now he was throwing a tantrum. But every single thing Musk warned about has come true.
You know what kind of pisses me off about the internet sometimes? Once everybody collectively judges somebody a certain way, people stop actually listening to what they're saying after that. It's like people become more focused on the person than the actual warning. And I'll never forget when Elon Musk was warning people about OpenAI too. Everybody instantly wrote him off like he was just mad they blew up without him. But hold on though, what if he actually had a point?
Not because Musk is some kind of prophet, but because he had watched Sam Altman work from the inside for years. And once you understand how Altman actually operates, OpenAI stops looking like a mission to save humanity. It starts looking like something else entirely. Back in December 2015, a group of the biggest names in tech made a very public announcement. They were building an AI lab, but not like the ones already out there. This one would have no shareholders, no profit motive, no pressure to make money for investors. The whole thing would run on donations, operate in the open, and put safety above everything else.
Bro trying to accomplish all this while being non-profit? AI already costs an insane amount of money to build in the first place. The more advanced it gets, the more expensive it becomes to maintain. So when I hear no profit motive and all this humanity first stuff, I don't know, bro. Non-profits usually rely heavily on donations and outside support to keep running. But once AI started getting more advanced and more expensive, I just don't see how donations alone were realistically gonna keep up with what they plan on doing on AI development.
It sounded almost too good to be true. Elon Musk put in money. He genuinely believed AI was one of the most dangerous technologies ever created. He didn't want it being built behind closed doors by a single company chasing profits. Google had just acquired DeepMind, and Musk thought the only real counter to that was something completely different. Something that answered to no one, shared everything openly, and put humanity above profit. Sam Altman joined as president. The story was compelling, and it landed exactly the way they needed it to.
This is where stuff starts getting a little complicated, cause AI was already turning into a race, believe it or not. Who could build the smartest and most powerful AI first? Put it this way, OpenAI was basically trying to win a Lamborghini race, right? While they were the only ones trying to drive eco-friendly. Meanwhile, every big tech company was just focused on going faster and trying to get there ahead first. And once a tech company gets ahead first in AI, they're usually the ones that end up setting the standard for where the entire industry goes after that.
These weren't greedy tech executives chasing the next billion. These were the good guys, the ones who actually cared. At least, that was the story. Within 2 years, by late 2017, the conversation behind closed doors had already shifted. The leadership was quietly discussing how to restructure the organization to attract serious investment. Musk saw it happening, and he wanted control of where it was going. He pushed for majority equity. The rest of the team said no. So in February 2018, Musk walked away.
And this right here, probably the moment where everybody slowly started looking at this whole AI non-profit situation differently behind the scenes. It's one thing to say you want to build safe non-profit AI. In theory, the moment AI started becoming more powerful and competitive, I can already see how people's priorities probably started changing.
And Sam Altman stepped into the space he left behind. The first warning came in December 2022, right after ChatGPT launched and the entire internet lost its mind. While everyone was celebrating, Musk pointed out that OpenAI had been quietly using Twitter's data to train its models without his knowledge. And since Musk had just bought Twitter, that was a problem.
Man, I'll never forget when ChatGPT first dropped, dog. That joint felt revolutionary. Low-key reminded me of when the first iPhone came out. Everybody instantly knew the technology was changing. But at the same time, AI don't just magically become smart out of nowhere. These companies gotta train these models somehow. So if OpenAI was really using Twitter data behind the scenes to train ChatGPT after Elon Musk just bought the platform, yeah, I can understand why Elon Musk will feel some type of way about that.
The media ran with the narrative that Musk was furious about ChatGPT's success, jealous of what OpenAI had built without him. In March 2023, Musk co-signed an open letter calling for a 6-month pause on AI development. Over 1,000 researchers and technologists signed it. Sam Altman dismissed it, saying not the optimal way to address the issue, and then kept training models at full speed.
I think what happened with Sam Altman, he just got caught up in the AI race. The second AI started turning into a competition about who could build the smartest models first, the original vision slowly started drifting. Now, it wasn't just about safe nonprofit AI anymore. It was about staying ahead. But let's keep it 100. Y'all really think the richest person in the world was sitting around jealous about some company blowing up without him? Come on, man. I think from Elon Musk's perspective, this was more about watching a company he helped build slowly turn into the exact same thing he was trying to avoid in the beginning.
That same month, Musk said, "I'm still confused as to how a non-profit to which I donated around $100 million somehow became a $30 billion market cap for profit. If this is legal, why doesn't everyone do it?" By November 2023, Musk had a new name for the company. Standing at the New York Times Dealbook Summit, he said,
OpenAI was actually started and it was meant to be open source. I named it. It should be renamed Super Closed Source for Maximum Profit AI.
I'm not gonna lie, I kinda do feel bad for Elon Musk on this part, and I know he rich as hell. But still, donating $100 million into something you generally thought was gonna go one direction, just for it to slowly turn into something completely different later on? Yeah, I can understand why he's frustrated. I would be frustrated too. And let's keep it real. Without Elon Musk helping kickstart OpenAI in the beginning, OpenAI probably wouldn't even be what it is today.
Every journalist in that room wrote about how bitter he seemed. Almost none of them investigated whether he was right. Then came November 17, 2023. Sam Altman is at the Las Vegas Grand Prix when he finds out his own board just fired him. He was not given a chance to negotiate or respond. They removed him over a Google Meet call mid-weekend while he was sitting in the stands. The official statement was polished, but the message underneath it was not. They said he had not been consistently candid, that he had made it harder for the board to do its job. That's corporate way of saying he was lying to them.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not rocking with this story at all, bro. The board kicking Sam Altman like that? Man, what is y'all talking about? There's no way y'all thought OpenAI was about to keep functioning normally without Sam Altman after all that growth. Guys, welcome to the dirty side of business. The second people start feeling like they don't need you anymore, everything changes fast.
What followed was the most chaotic 4 days in Silicon Valley history. 745 out of roughly 770 OpenAI employees signed a letter threatening to walk out unless Altman was brought back. Microsoft announced he was joining them to lead a new AI division. Investors applied pressure from every direction, and within 96 hours, Altman was reinstated with a brand new board. Every single person who voted to remove him was gone. The media called it a victory for Sam, a sign of how loved he was.
Bro, this whole situation low-key reminds me of a school project. Imagine the teacher is the board, and the students in the group are OpenAI employees. You got one person in the group that's basically bringing the ideas together, carrying the momentum and keeping everything moving. Then the teacher suddenly removes him from the group. Of course, the rest of the group is gonna start panicking after that. Like, bro, how y'all expect to keep everything functioning normally when he's the main reason the group doing good in the first place?
And when you look at the full picture of who Sam Altman actually is, it is not hard to understand why Musk never let this go. This is a man who stood in front of the United States Senate in 2023 and said under oath that he had no equity in OpenAI.
You make a lot of money, do you?
I paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI.
You need a lawyer or an agent?
I'm doing this because I love it.
Let's just get the cat out the bag, man. If you had a company worth billions of dollars and you were the CEO of it, you really expect me to believe you wouldn't want to have some type of equity out of it, knowing how much money could potentially be made? Come on, man. Stop the cap. Y'all really went from nonprofit to profit in the first place. So at that point, I'm not buying this whole I'm just doing it for the love angle anymore.
Then it came out that he had equity through a Sequoia Capital fund and a Y Combinator fund. On top of that, he was running the OpenAI startup fund the entire time while telling the board he had no financial interest in the company. When people started asking questions, he said the stakes were tiny and not worth talking about. And it goes deeper than money. The New Yorker published a massive investigation based on hundreds of interviews. What they found was a leader who tells people exactly what they want to hear, whether or not it is true.
The dirty side of business starts showing real fast once money and power get involved. Cause let's just keep it real. Sam Altman probably understood that looking humanity first publicly sounds way better than openly looking profit driven. Then later on people start finding out there's money tied in behind the scenes. Anyway, that's where people start looking at you differently.
Former associates said he would sit with one person and tell them he believed everything they believed, then walk into the next room and tell someone with completely opposite views the exact same things. Once you see the full picture, his persuasive powers stop looking like charm. They start looking like something a lot more calculated than that.
That's mad fake to me. You telling me what I want to hear? Then you go into the next room and tell somebody else the complete opposite thing? Like, bro, stand on something. The only way this type of behavior even makes sense to me is if you're trying to stay on everybody's good side at the same time. But let's be honest, that's damn near impossible.
Elon Musk saw this coming in 2018. He warned about it publicly for years. He got laughed at, dismissed, and called jealous. Meanwhile, Altman kept building, kept raising money, kept going on television talking about ending poverty and reducing inequality, while OpenAI became one of the greatest wealth concentration machines in the history of Silicon Valley.
Yo, I gotta put y'all on game real quick. Elon Musk actually ended up suing OpenAI and Sam Altman later on. But a lot of people were saying he allowed it to go on for way too long, which is part of why he ended up losing the lawsuit. But by that point, the AI race was already too far gone. And speaking of that, now y'all see where all these AI data centers starting to pop up everywhere.